Buckle up, everyone. Doug Christie's arrest isn't just another messy Hollywood breakup. It's a full-blown firestorm. With $300 million at stake and serious allegations threatening to topple everything he's built, the heat is intense. Think you've witnessed real drama? Think again. The real question is, what's the price of truth when empires are on the line? Just a husband ensnared in a tangle of deceit? Or is there more to Doug's downfall than meets the eye? How far do the shadows stretch in this scandal? Jackie Christie isn't just playing coy. There's a sense she's concealing something critical. Known for turning love stories into live-wire drama, could she be the quiet puppeteer behind it all? Is this the final act of Doug's career, or the opening scene of a much darker saga lurking just beyond the spotlight? Brace yourselves for the shocking details we're about to unveil. You won't want to blink. Is Doug Christie on the verge of a downfall that no one saw coming? Or is this just the surface of something much deeper? We're only scratching the surface, and the story is far from over. Keep watching, because what's unfolding is unlike any celebrity scandal you've encountered before. Doug may have been arrested, but this is anything but ordinary. Get ready for a bombshell that's about to shake up one of Hollywood's most jaw-dropping divorce battles. Forget the usual stories of love lost over money or infidelity. This one's different. We're talking $300 million, a shattered empire, and a trove of secrets poised to unravel everything. Doug Christie, once a pro NBA player and the long-tolerant husband of Jackie Christie, has since become a familiar face on reality TV. But this story? It's a whole new level of chaos. On the surface, they seemed like the ultimate Hollywood power couple, didn't they? A basketball star dominating the courts, alongside his fierce, outspoken wife ruling reality TV as its queen. Together, they built an empire, flaunted their wealth, and raked in millions. The Christies were untouchable until the cameras stopped rolling and the spotlight began to fade. When the perfect facade starts to crumble, what remains? That's the story we're about to uncover. Jackie Christie, the woman who built an empire on her larger-than-life persona, has always been the true architect behind the scenes. She's the one pulling the strings, making the big decisions, managing the finances, and shaping Doug's public image. To the world, Doug appeared to be the laid-back, composed partner, the one who smiled for the cameras and took the heat. But what? If that image was just a facade? Let's get real. This divorce isn't just about two people drifting apart. It's about something far darker, more dangerous, and far more complex than we've been led to believe, all tied to Jackie. For years, Doug and Jackie Christie have been the face of their brand, but Doug's arrest marks the moment when the cracks in their empire can no longer be ignored. Now Doug is tangled in a $300 million legal mess, and things are starting to get ugly. Jackie, with all her reality TV swagger, might not have been fully transparent about Doug's secret financial dealings. Let's rewind and take a closer look. Could there be far more beneath this explosive divorce than anyone's realized? And what if Jackie has been the mastermind all along, pulling the strings behind the scenes? It's time to uncover the dark. Truths that have been buried beneath the surface. Financial troubles, covert deals, and Jackie's notorious control over everything. These long-standing whispers around the Christie marriage might hold the key to understanding what's really going on. The rumors, once whispers in the shadows, have now erupted into the most dramatic spectacle imaginable. As Doug Christie's $300 million divorce spirals further out of control, he finds himself in a courtroom, fighting not just for his fortune, but for his very future. Where did it all go wrong? Here's the twist. Jackie Christie isn't as innocent or naive as she's made herself out to be. It appears she's playing a far more dangerous game. What if all the public accusations, the demands for $300 million, and the fabricated stories are part of Jackie's grand plan? Could Doug have been set up as the scapegoat for something far more sinister? Doug's legal team certainly thinks so, and they're not backing down. Doug Christie's legal team is fighting tooth and nail to counter Jackie's accusations, but the deeper they dig, the more it seems like Jackie is orchestrating things from behind the curtain. It's almost as if there's a sophisticated smoke screen at play. Doug appears to be the target of a far more calculated manipulation than anyone initially realized. The truth? This whole case reeks of shady tactics and hidden agendas. While Doug might face charges, Jackie's role in this tangled mess is far more intricate and far-reaching than anyone has yet to uncover. Doug's arrest isn't the simple result of a messy divorce. It's the culmination of years of hidden frustrations, secrets, and financial mismanagement. But here's where the plot thickens. Jackie's legal strategy is starting to raise some eyebrows. She's been accusing Doug of hiding assets, but what if she's the one concealing something far bigger? Leaked documents and anonymous sources suggest that Jackie may be sitting on a hidden fortune, assets she conveniently left out of her financial disclosures. Could the real scandal be her own secret fortune, buried beneath the surface of this public battle? What if Jackie has been pulling the strings all along, using Doug Christie's name to shield her own questionable activities, while Doug wasn't the one hiding his wealth? The walls are closing in around the Christie empire, and it's starting to look like the $300 million divorce is just the beginning. This isn't just about a wealthy couple splitting their assets. It's a tangled web of deceit, power plays, and secrets that go far beyond what anyone has seen so far. This is no ordinary scandal. It's a full-blown exposé of years of financial corruption, manipulation, and shady deals. What's about to unfold is far darker than a simple divorce. This is a story of power, betrayal, and the ugly truths lurking beneath Hollywood's glamorous facade. And the plot thickens. Rumors are swirling that Jackie Christie may be using this divorce as a smokescreen to hide something even more dangerous. Could she be covering up illegal activities, like financial transactions under the table or money laundering? After all, we're talking about a woman who built an empire based on her reality TV persona, and the stakes are much higher than anyone's letting on. Could Jackie Christie's carefully crafted persona be masking something far darker? While Doug Christie faces the fallout from this case, the question remains: is he truly the guilty party, or is he just a pawn in a much larger scheme? Here's the real twist. While the entertainment world reels from Doug's arrest, what if this goes beyond financial issues? What if this arrest is a calculated move designed not only to take Doug down, but to dismantle the entire Christie empire? Could Jackie be positioning herself to seize full control, orchestrating a master plan to reshape everything for her own gain? This isn't just a divorce. It's the unraveling of a legacy at breakneck speed. The Christie name, once synonymous with Hollywood royalty, is crumbling, and the financial empire built around it is teetering on the edge. Doug and Jackie Christie may have once reigned supreme, but their throne is now under siege. What began as a typical marriage dispute has spiraled into an all-out spectacle, pulling in everyone from Hollywood's elite to the wider public. But what's really going on behind the scenes? Is there something far more sinister hiding in the shadows? Or are we merely watching the collapse of a marriage? Let's start by examining the foundations of this scandal and what's truly at stake. Jackie Christie's demand for a $300 million divorce settlement isn't just about splitting assets. It's a full-on power play. This isn't merely about money. Jackie is after control. She wants it all. And here's where things get truly intriguing. The narrative of Jackie as a naive, heartbroken wife doesn't quite add up. There are whispers suggesting she's playing a much more calculated game than anyone has realized. What if she's been pulling the strings all along, positioning herself for something far bigger than anyone could have imagined? Oh, but it looks like Jackie Christie has been playing the game, and playing it well. However, her strategy is starting to backfire. The real issue here is much deeper. Leaked reports and anonymous sources suggest that Jackie has been hiding her own assets, possibly a hidden fortune that makes her demands for a divorce settlement look like mere pocket change. The more we dig, the clearer it becomes. Jackie Christie isn't just a woman scorned by her husband. She's been a master manipulator for years, orchestrating everything behind the scenes. What if Jackie Christie has been orchestrating everything from the start, setting Doug up all along? Could she have been quietly building her own empire while casting Doug as the villain? Take a step back and look at their reality show of a marriage. Doug Christie, once seen as the good guy in Hollywood, now finds himself entangled in a legal nightmare. But what if this wasn't just a coincidence? What if Doug was the target all along, carefully maneuvered into this mess by Jackie herself? If Jackie Christie orchestrated this entire crisis to shift the focus onto Doug, then her own skeletons are likely buried deep in the closet. She's trying to portray herself as the victim, but the more we peel back the layers, the more it looks like she's hiding the real story beneath a web of carefully crafted lies. Leaked reports from sources close to the couple paint a picture of Jackie's financial dealings being anything but transparent. She's been involved in a string of questionable financial maneuvers, hidden bank accounts, secret investments, and properties that Doug had no idea about. And don't forget, Jackie is no stranger to playing dirty. She's pulled this act before, convincing the public she was the perfect wife while Doug was painted as the villain. Now it seems history is repeating itself. The plot is thickening, and it's starting to look like Jackie's carefully crafted image is beginning to unravel. Insiders are now revealing that for years, Jackie has been secretly funneling assets into offshore accounts while presenting herself as the heartbroken wife fighting for what's rightfully hers. But wait, it gets even juicier. According to highly confidential sources from Doug's legal team, Jackie's entire legal battle is just a smokescreen. Her demands for a hefty divorce settlement and claims of being wronged are nothing more than a diversion, designed to distract the public from something far darker. This is all part of her plan to keep control, while Doug takes the fall as the villain. And as for her accusations, let's just say they're the least of the lies she's been spinning. Jackie claims Doug is hiding money, but what if the real truth is that she's the one keeping everything under wraps? Long before their marriage started to unravel, Doug's legal team has already uncovered evidence of Jackie's involvement in questionable business dealings. Leaked records show that she's had interactions with some shady individuals, people with reputations far from clean. Could Jackie's accusations be nothing more than a smokescreen, designed to divert attention away from her own dark dealings? The more we learn, the clearer it becomes. Jackie's carefully constructed image may be built on a foundation of lies. It's becoming clear that Jackie's motives go beyond just the lifestyle advantages. The public's reaction is divided. Some are still in her corner, buying into the narrative of her being the wronged wife. But the tide is shifting, and more people are starting to see through her carefully crafted story. Leaked details are revealing that Jackie might not be the innocent victim she portrays herself as. In fact, some are now calling her the mastermind behind this entire crisis, ensnaring Doug in her web of lies and manipulating the legal system for her own personal gain. But here's where things take a dramatic turn. Doug Christie isn't backing down. As Jackie tries to paint herself as the victim, Doug's legal team is pushing back harder than ever, exposing the falsehoods Jackie has been spreading to the public. According to Doug's lawyers, Jackie's financial claims are entirely fabricated, and she's been deliberately concealing crucial information to make her divorce demands seem more legitimate. Court records are piling up, revealing proof of Jackie's hidden wealth and casting serious doubt on her entire narrative. The walls are closing in, and it's clear that Jackie's carefully constructed image is beginning to crumble. And here's where things take a truly shocking turn. Reports are now emerging that Jackie Christie's net worth might be just as high, if not higher, than Doug's. Yet she still demands a staggering $300 million. Some financial analysts are starting to question whether Jackie even has a valid claim to a single penny of that money. Could it be that she's been secretly amassing her own financial empire all along, using their public image as the perfect Hollywood couple to extract everything she can from Doug? The more people look into it, the more it seems like Jackie has been milking Doug for all he's worth, all while carefully controlling the narrative. Public criticism is growing louder, and it's becoming harder to ignore the cracks in her story. As more details emerge about Jackie's hidden wealth and questionable tactics, public opinion is rapidly shifting. The once beloved reality star is starting to look less like a victim and more like a manipulative mastermind, using Doug as a pawn in a game she's been playing for years. The drama is far from over. On social media, Jackie is being branded a gold digger and even a con artist, with many people arguing that she, not Doug, should be facing legal charges. Doug has remained silent for the most part, allowing his legal team to handle the storm, but the pressure is mounting. He's getting ready to speak out, and many are wondering if he's about to drop a bombshell of his own, one that exposes how he's been duped by Jackie's carefully constructed scheme. Jackie Christie may have bitten off more than she can chew. The web she's been weaving is starting to unravel, and once the truth comes to light, Doug Christie could emerge victorious. But will it be too late for Jackie? Will she still be able to control the narrative, or will she have to face the consequences of her lies? The game is far from over, and the final outcome remains uncertain. The real question now is who will be left standing when the dust finally settles. The Christie scandal has spiraled into levels of chaos previously unseen. Trust me, this is just the beginning. It's becoming increasingly clear that Doug Christie's arrest was only the tip of the iceberg, and what's unfolding is much darker and far more expansive than anyone initially realized. Now it's about legacy, reputation, and freedom. The Buy's entire Christie empire is teetering on the edge, and this goes far beyond money. When the walls come crashing down, we're about to see what follows. After months of painting herself as the heartbroken, wronged wife, Jackie Christie's world is beginning to collapse. The game she's played is unraveling, and she now faces a harsh reality. Doug's legal team has fought back with fury, revealing shocking evidence to support their claims against Jackie. No longer just about hidden money. The stakes have escalated, and now fraud, perjury, and financial manipulation are at the heart of this explosive case. Jackie is facing the consequences of her actions, and things are not looking good for her. Doug's legal team has uncovered enough to leave the legal community in shock. Jackie's falsified financial claims, her attempts to fabricate evidence, and her hidden wealth could lead to severe accusations. If those fraud allegations are proven true, there's now talk of a criminal investigation into her activities. Jackie Christie may be looking at more than just a broken marriage. She could be staring down the possibility of jail time. But let's not jump too far ahead. Let's take a closer look at the legal fallout. Doug may have endured public humiliation throughout this entire ordeal, but now he's fighting back with everything he's got. The public perception of Doug is starting to shift. The growing narrative that he's the one wronged is challenging the earlier he's guilty story. In fact, Doug's legal team is now aggressively pursuing criminal charges against Jackie for her dishonesty, fraud, lies, and evidence manipulation. These are serious offenses, not minor transgressions. The court of public opinion is starting to turn, and people are beginning to see that Jackie might not be the victim she's painted herself to be. Public opinion is a constantly shifting terrain, and as the truth begins to surface, people are starting to question everything. Jackie's carefully crafted facade seems to be crumbling. Once, she had a large and loyal following of supporters, but now the narrative is showing cracks. Those who rushed to defend Jackie are starting to wonder, was she simply trying to pull a fast one on Doug, the public, and the courts? Or was she really the wronged wife she portrayed herself to be? And let's not forget, this is all happening in a very public trial, where every twist and turn is under scrutiny. Sometimes, the court of public opinion can be even more forceful than a courtroom verdict. And right now, the public's reaction against Jackie is growing increasingly negative as more details come to light. People are furious. Social media is exploding with outraged supporters, and even former friends and insiders are distancing themselves from her. The question on everyone's mind is, how much did Jackie know? Was she truly a victim, or was she actively involved in this whole mess? Could it be that the public image Jackie Christie painstakingly crafted over the years was just a mask concealing the real Jackie? The one willing to destroy everything and everyone in her path to get what she wants. The worst part? Jackie isn't going down without a fight. Jackie is pushing back with everything she's got, staying true to classic Christie style. She's claiming that she's been unfairly targeted, that her actions have been misinterpreted, and that the system has turned against her. Her legal team has just filed an appeal, arguing that the court's ruling was too harsh. But this move could stir up just as much controversy as the original case. So, what happens next? In reality, Jackie is only digging herself deeper. The public is starting to see her for what she truly is, a woman who will do anything to hold on to her position, no matter how much she tries to present herself as the wronged party. And at this point, things are about to get even messier. Doug's silence has finally been broken. After months of being portrayed as the villain, he's ready to speak up, and he's coming out swinging. His attorneys are preparing to drop a bombshell that could change everything. From secret accounts to falsified claims, Doug is about to expose all the things Jackie didn't want the public to know. He's ready to tell the truth, and this truth could destroy Jackie's chances of winning the divorce, while also stripping her of the one thing she's been desperate to control: power. As if that weren't enough, authorities are now investigating Financial anomalies far beyond what Doug's legal team has already uncovered in their probe into Jackie's covert activities. The walls are closing in. Some sources are now claiming that Jackie's business dealings with questionable characters and shady financial transactions could trigger a whole new investigation, one that might involve the authorities on a much larger scale. And this is about more than just Doug's money. It could spiral into a federal inquiry, possibly connecting Jackie to a network of financial laundering and corruption. Could the weight of these new allegations be enough to bring down Jackie's empire entirely? Jackie's world is rapidly unraveling, while Doug's situation is beginning to improve. Doug, once painted as the villain, is now emerging as the underdog hero of this scandal. The public is starting to see him not as the guilty party, but as a victim. The tables have turned, and Jackie Christie may have bitten off more than she can chew. So what happens now? The true fallout is only just beginning. Although the divorce case is still ongoing, Doug Christie is positioned to come out on top, financially, personally, and professionally. Meanwhile, Jackie is facing a future marked by public disgrace, potential criminal charges, and a career on the brink of collapse. Hollywood, after all, does not tolerate using a divorce as a cover for corruption. The Christie empire is crumbling, and as Doug prepares to speak out, Jackie's plan to ruin him might just backfire, leading to her fall from grace. But the real question is, will Jackie Christie survive this storm? And how far will Doug Christie go to reclaim his reputation, his wealth, and his life? The most intense part of this scandal is yet to unfold. Caught up in this whirlwind of drama, you wouldn't want to miss what comes next. People, what do you believe? Was Doug Christie truly the victim, tangled in her web of lies? Or was Jackie Christie playing the victim all along? As we dig deeper, the narrative only seems to grow darker. It feels like we're barely scratching the surface. So, will Jackie continue pushing her story, or is Doug about to reveal even more secrets that could change everything? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, this saga is far from over. We want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Jackie is the wronged party, or was Doug Christie set up from the start? Who is the true villain in this drama? Is Jackie Christie's empire on the verge of collapse, or is this just the beginning of a far-reaching conspiracy? We're eager to hear your take. Startled by all of this? Well, don't just stop here. Enjoy this video and share it with your friends. This case is sparking conversations everywhere, and now it's your turn to contribute to the dialogue. Don't miss the next major disclosure. We're not slowing down. We're following this narrative closely as it unfolds, and we'll keep you informed with the latest breaking news. Make sure to hit the bell icon to stay updated, because trust me, the next chapter will be even more shocking than what we've seen so far. So, what's really going on with Doug and Jackie Christie? We're digging deep, and the truth is starting to surface. This roller coaster ride isn't over yet, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to stay in the loop. The most gripping part of this story is still ahead. Don't miss out.